getting his opinion on various infrastructure projects that in fact were unveiled. Now these are some visuals that are coming in from Jodhpur. This is a roadshow that in fact is being carried out by the Prime Minister. What you see on your screens are huge crowds that have in fact gathered to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. Also, a lot of BJP workers, Karyakartas who are on the ground as well. Remember, the Prime Minister has been making multiple visits to poll-bound states. When he was just unveiling a few infrastructure projects a short while ago, he did say that he will meet the people at large in a short while from now. He in fact will speak to them on a whole host of issues as well. Let's just try and dip in and listen in.
अभिनंदन और अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का काफिला आगे बढ़ रहा है। सभा स्थल की ओर पुष्प वर्षा हो रही है प्रधानमंत्री पर। सभी उनका भव्य स्वागत करते हुए नरेंद्र मोदी के नारों से गुंजायमान हो रहा पूरा जोधपुर राजस्थान आज अभी कुछ देर पहले प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने यहां 5,000 करोड़ के ज्यादा के प्रोजेक्ट का लोकार्पण और शिलान्यास किया है और अब से कुछ ही देर में प्रधानमंत्री आम सभा को संबोधित करेंगे। हाथ हिलाते हुए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए आगे बढ़ते हुए सभा स्थल की ओर। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने नए एयरपोर्ट टर्मिनल की आधारशिला रखी है। साथ ही जोधपुर एम्स के ट्रॉमा, इमरजेंसी और क्रिटिकल केयर, राजस्थान सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी की लाइब्रेरी, हॉस्टल और मेस का भी और IIT जोधपुर का एक फेज का भी लोकार्पण किया है। लगातार नरेंद्र मोदी के नारे लगते हुए जोधपुर को आज कई परियोजनाओं की सौगात मिली है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने
So as we continue to stay with those visuals coming in from Jodhpur, as we pointed out, massive crowds that have gathered to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. Will be important to see what we hear from the Prime Minister in a short while from now. We also have our colleague and senior editor Pallavi Ghosh, who is joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, as we were pointing out a short while ago, over the last couple of weeks, the Prime Minister has made multiple visits to various poll-bound states, and this has resulted into quick political war of words as well. The biggest criticism by the BJP against the current Gehlot government has been that there is corruption that still continues to prevail from the top to the bottom. What has been the kind of response that has come in from the Congress and the state government?
So, Ridhima, essentially what the Congress party has been saying is that these are all base case allegations. But if you remember, the Prime Minister's visit to Rajasthan particularly has focused on a couple of points. One, of course, most important is that how the law and order has completely broken down. Last time around, he mentioned the Kanhaiya Lal issue and saying that there is no justice which has been provided to him. And also how women are being attacked. Rates of case and sexual assault that has been increasing in Rajasthan, and how the state government has been very slow on that. These are the 2 points. Apart from that, he of course takes a dig at the Congress government, saying that all it's bothered about is its survival, and there has been massive infighting, and the result of the infighting has been a lack of governance in the state. Today, when he's going to be speaking, he's going to try and show the fact that there is going to be a double engine ki sarkar. There is going to be development if you have the same party in power both at the state and the central level. And he's unleashing several development projects and also pointing out the instances of the Red Diary, which talks of allegations reaching up to a chief minister's doorstep. And you're right, Ridhima, we are inching closer and closer now to the official announcement of state elections. And Rajasthan is one state in which the BJP hopes to make a comeback.
What are the big challenges, Pallavi, as far as the Congress government is concerned? What will be their challenges to overcome to ensure that they can come back to power?
First of all, Rajasthan also goes through a cyclical pattern. I mean, we've always seen this every 5 years, there is a change in governance. Second important thing is that anti-incumbency. And I think the more the BJP steps up their attack on the Gehlot government in terms of, say, corruption, in terms of complete breakdown of law and order, It's a fact there have been many cases an attack on women, on girl child, and also the fact that there has been a slow-mo kind of response coming in from the state government. Some attacks have also been there on the backward community, on the Dalits as well. I think in the context of Rahul Gandhi pushing for a caste census, it's quite possible that the Prime Minister will try to call out the hypocrisy of the Congress government over there. So these are the multiple challenges which faces. It's also a fact, Ridhima, that because of the Gehlot versus Sachin Pilot war, before the truce which we are seeing now, there were instances when the governance seems to be receiving a setback. There were public comments which were made, which was making the government look as if it's not in control.
And Pallavi, just a short while ago, a couple of days ago, in fact, we did see a very interesting comment that came in from the Rajasthan Chief Minister, where he in fact questioned the frequency of visits that were being made by the likes of the Vice President as well, because the criticism that was coming in is that he's not functioning in a bipartisan manner. But the counter here will be that is the Congress focusing on their own work or focusing on what other authorities are doing?
And there was a response which came in also from the Vice President himself. He says that, he's a constitutional authority and it's his prerogative to choose his programs. And just because he wants to go to Rajasthan and just because he is from Rajasthan is no reason that he cannot frequent his home state. For that matter, even this the Speaker, Om Birla, who comes in from Kota, has also visited the state several times. So these are criticisms which, of course, will not cut much eyes with the BJP. To the contrary, Ridhima, the BJP will use it to throw back at the Congress party saying, that, look, this is their diversity tactics, not wanting to respond on core criticisms we are offering. Instead, talking about and questioning the constitutional authority's right to visit the state.
Pallavi, I want to talk to you specifically as far as the caste census row is concerned. The Prime Minister on day one itself hit back and said that this is a move to try and divide the country. But as you were pointing out, this note that has now emerged from the Parliament from the 1990s, where Rajiv Gandhi in the backdrop of the Mandal Commission in fact had said that we should work towards a casteless society vis-a-vis the position that Rahul Gandhi has taken. This is something that the BJP would want to use going forward as far as their attack is concerned.
I think it's quite possible that a Prime Minister does make a reference to the fact. In fact, every time the Congress and Rahul Gandhi have been pushing for a caste census, that hypocrisy has been called out, to use the words of the BJP, saying that one, look at the Congress ruled states. You question the central government that only 3% of the bureaucrats belong to the OBC, SC, community. But when you were in power for 10 years, why didn't you change the picture? What about the Congress ruled states? In fact, the BJP has given out statistics to show that in states like Karnataka and all, you still have a large number of OBC community who are not represented either in the government or in the bureaucracy. I think the Prime Minister is likely to use his platform because in Rajasthan, the OBC, SC community are a substantial one, and he certainly wouldn't want to give that kind of a benefit to the Congress.
Pallavi, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those